Good morning fellow YouTubers, it's Sunday morning, the 14th of June 2026 and I'm just off out for another adventure, and today's journey is going to take us back to Kirkby Stephen through Nateby, then onto the B61625 or something like that, to go back to do a waterfall that I couldn't do last week because my car was acting up and it went into limp mode, so I just had to go to Hellsgale Force waterfall only without going on to Cotter Force waterfall on the A684. So I'm going to be going back to do that today. So I'm going to Cotter Force waterfall first, then I may get onto the B6255 and go down to Ribblehead Viaduct and start the Whernside walk, because there's a waterfall like at the beginning of the journey. As you go up past Ribblehead Viaduct, follow the path up, and then eventually you come to a left turn where you can go off towards where the waterfall is. So that's what my planned journey is going to be today, but let's see what happens. So I'll bring you back further down the line. Bye for now. It's 7:22 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, the 14th of June 2026. Obviously it's Trump's birthday today, so I wonder if we're going to see anything happening today. I've stopped off on this road. It's Moor Lane. I'm cutting across from Staindrop to go over towards Mickleton, and then go over the North Pennines Road after you pass through the tiny village of Mickleton, past the garage. Then I'm going to be turning left at the railway viaduct underneath it, and then up the hill onto the North Pennines Road, and then just drive right over the top to go towards Brough, and then turn right, drop down into Brough, then turn left and go underneath the A66, then head straight down in towards Kirkby Stephen, drive through Kirkby Stephen, and then turn left on Station Road to go across towards the Nateby Road. Then I'm going to be turning right and then just heading all the way down to where I parked last time to go and see Hellsgale Force waterfall, but I'm going to go straight past that and head straight down to the bottom of the road to the junction with the A684 and the pub called the Moorcock Inn, and then drive along the A684 for about 3 miles, then pull over in the lay-by on the left hand side, and that's where I'm going to be doing my first walk to a waterfall, Cotter Force. Right, so without further ado, I'll get on with my journey. So I've just pulled over for a quick whisk, so bye for now. Okay, I've done 47.3 miles so far from South Shields. It's a 7:37 AM in the morning, the Sunday morning, the 14th of June 2026, and I've just driven through the tiny village of Mickleton, and as you can see I'm just passing a little service station. So I've got about another mile to drive through past Mickleton, then I'm going to go down to the railway viaduct, turn left and go up the hill, then right across the North Pennines Road over towards Brough, turn right and then drop down into Brough at the T-junction at the bottom. So I just wanted to stop and show you exactly where I am. Right, so bye for now. Okay, I've just stopped there for a quick whisk, and I've done 61.2 miles from South Shields where I live, and I'm just going to start heading down into the village of Brough. It's 8:07 in the morning, Sunday morning, the 14th of June 2026, Trump's birthday. So I've just come right over the top of the North Pennines Road from the tiny little village called Mickleton, after passing by the petrol station in the village, turned left at the viaduct and just came right up over the top. This is where last time I was here, there was a beautiful peacock just the other side of the gate here. Just walked along nice and slow, and I got a curiosity, started coming towards us. Right, so I'm going to jump back my car, drive down the bank about a few thousand yards, and then look for the left turn to turn left and go underneath the A66 motorway, which is just to my left, the other side of those trees. So I'll be going straight under that and then continue straight on to the town of Kirkby Stephen, then take the left turn onto Station Road and get onto the Nateby Road, turn right and then just start heading down towards where I stopped off last time at Hellsgill Force Waterfall. Right, so I can just see the 30 miles an hour sign on the right hand side there underneath that tree. That's heading down into the village of Brough. Right, so jump back in the car and start going down the hill. Right, so bye for now. Okay, it's now 8:33 AM in the morning, the Sunday morning, the 14th of June 2026, and I've just come over the railway bridge on the B6259 from Kirkby Stephen and Nateby, and you drive over the railway bridge there, and then there's a pull-in place just where you can park off the road to go and have a look at these Hellsgill Force waterfalls, which I stopped up last time I came here. And then I'm going to be driving another half a mile to 3/4 of a mile to the Hellsgill cottages there, where I stopped off to point the camera in the direction of Hellsgill Force waterfall. This is where I got to last time, and I didn't want to go any further because my car had gone into limp mode, so I didn't really want to drive any further than I had. Right, so I'll just cross over and do a quick recording of these Hellsgill Force waterfalls again, especially when they're running quite well. They must have had rain in this area probably through the night, because it's some of the road is dampish on the road surfaces. Right, so my intentions are just to film this for a couple of minutes to show you the two waterfalls coming down, and then jump back in the car, like I say, drive another half a mile and pull up in the same place where I parked last time I was here, to go up there to do the Hellsgill Gorge and the Hellsgill Force waterfall visit. But I just wanted to stop off here because I've come back down and the weather's quite good. But the left hand side waterfall's much better today, getting a lot more water coming over the top. So they both come down and join into the small stream, and then go down underneath the road through that little archway down to the right, and then it drops down to the railway lines. It drops down through a little archway like that again. It just continues down. So obviously the stream here is very shallow, so basically let your dog go in there for a quick drink. They've got red hot. And it's all swampy grass going over that way towards the, have a look at a closer look at the waterfall. So I don't really want to walk through it at the moment, because I don't want to traipse bloody mud and shit into the car when I go back. But you've got to cross over, you can see where the water's underneath the grass. It's pretty swampy. But if you've got good boots on, you can get across there, no problem. If you want to go and get a closer look at the waterfall, well, that's good enough. Right, so I'm going to jump back in the car and drive another 3/4 of a mile and stop off where I parked last time to go and do the Hellsgill Force waterfall and the Hellsgill Gorge, which is up there where that tree line is at the top, past those barns. That's where I was last time. Right, so I'm going to jump back in the car now and drive on. So I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, it's 8:40 AM in the morning. I've just drove that extra 1/4 of a mile, and I've parked up at the same place that I did last time when I was here, to go and do the Hellsgill Force waterfall and Hellsgill Gorge up there where the tree line is. So this is where I parked, and I was planning to go right down to the bottom of there's the number on my GPS, driving on the B6259. I was going to go right down to the bottom to the T-junction with the A684 where the Moorcock pub is, and turn left and go and see COTTER FORCE waterfall next. But like I said last time I was here, my car had gone into limp mode, so I couldn't accelerate and couldn't get past 40 miles an hour on the flat. So I decided to go no further and just drive home as best I could, which I did. And then I found out the reason what was wrong. The actuator arm on my turbo had come off, so that's why I wasn't getting any boost. So that's why I couldn't go now at 40 miles an hour, and the gears weren't changing properly or anything. So It was a slow journey back home, but I made it to get to the garage on the Monday. Right, so when I was parked here pointing that way to do a time lapse, I like to point my car that way when I stop here to point up to those big hills there where you can see the clouds going over the top and mist. So, but when I jumped out the car last time, I realised that you can see the waterfall from here over the other side of the railway lines there. So you can just see Hellsgill Force waterfall coming down. It doesn't seem to be as good as it was when I was here last time. But I'm now going to jump back in the car, drive past Aysgill Cottages there, where that white, you can see the white house on the gable end. I'm driving past them and just continue right along the end of the road to the T-junction and turn left at the Moorcock Inn pub. And then driving along about 3 miles along the A684, and I'm going to be pulling over in a little lay-by to do the Cotter Force waterfall next. Right, so that's my intentions anyway. But I just wanted to show you this beautiful countryside again, now that it's nice and bright. And the sun will be coming out soon, hopefully, because it's just gone 8:30. Right, so without further ado, that's looking back to the railway bridge that you drive over when you come down from Kirkby Stephen and Nateby. You drive over that railway bridge road, and then you look for the left lay-by, left side, to go and see the Aysgill Force waterfalls, which I've just stopped at. Right, so I'm going to continue with my journey now. Right, so I'll bring you back when I pull up at the lay-by for Cotter Force waterfall. So bye for now. Okay, I've driven 80.1 miles and I've just pulled up on this lay-by on the left hand side where you see the brick wall. That's the road bridge going across the Cotter Force Gill, and that's where I'm going to be going soon. So I'll just walk past that red car that's parked now, and you drop down to a gate, and then it's just like a nice easy flat walk along about 1/4 mile to the Cotter Force waterfall. It's all on the flat, so even in a wheelchair you can walk along there dead easy. So I've just pulled up, I've just set up my time lapse while I'm going to be away from the car, and I'm just showing you where I am. I'm on the A684 heading towards Hawes, and this is where you pull into this lay-by to go and do the Cotter Force waterfall. So I've come all the way down through Nateby, dropped down to the Moorcock Inn on the junction with the A684, which I'm on now, which you can see, and it's saying there Turfy Hill ahead on the A684. But like I say, you keep going to towards Hawes, but I'll be going from here to go to Whernside to do a waterfall halfway up Whernside walk at the Ribble Head Viaduct. So that's going to be my next port of call after the short walk to the Cotter Force waterfall. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now.
Thank